begs money for his sin. He goes, please, Horace, give me more. Please, Horace, give me more. Fogger face, Fogger face, the Fogger face from a black lagoon of Bangladesh. Fogger face from a black lagoon of Bangladesh. Crawling to the UK, say, please, Horace, can I have some more? Please, Horace, can I have some more? Fogger face, Fogger face, Fogger face, Fogger face. He sold out his Brazil brothers. He created a channel called MMA. MMA stands for mixed martial art argument. All he does is argue all day on Fogger Face's channel. Mixed martial argument. The news pulls that Fogger Face created to cause disunity between his Muslim brothers. 24 hours MMA on Fogger Face. The mixed martial argument channel. Boycott that bullshit channel. He's a Fogger Face from a goddamn black lagoon of Bangladesh. There's no morals, no ethics. He was brought up by RSS. We can pay him again and we'll sell him out again. We'll pay him again, we will be sold out again. We can pay him as much as we want, even though, yeah, he will take money. He'll take anything. He'll take a cucumber. He'll take a goddamn carrot. He'll take anything, as long as it's a gift. As long as he can do something with it. You know what he can do with a carrot and a cucumber. He has certain kind of, like, little things he can put it into. You know, kids Bundy. Yeah, we're not sure Bundy, but you can understand. So Fogger Face, Fogger Face, Fogger Face, Fogger Face. The creature from the black lagoon of Bangladesh. Please, please, Horace, can I have some more? Please, Horace, can I have some more? Fogger Face.
Oh.
Use that. Some more. Yeah, I'll give permission to Macedonia to use it and play it whenever he wants, as much as he wants, and I will not give him a strike or anyone wants to play it. You want to remix it, you want to send it to top of the pops, you want to put it on the charts, I don't care. Get it freaking trending. Let's let the world know that the #1 sellout is not the Shears, but Fogger Face, Fogger Face, Fogger Face, Fogger Face, the creature from the black swamps of Bangladesh. Hey sir, Horace, can I have some more? Yeah. Anyway, I'm off.
I can't find what I'm looking for. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I thought I lost it, man.
He begs money from RSC. He goes, please, RSC, give me more. Please, RSC, give me more. Fogger face, Fogger face from a black lagoon of Bangladesh. Fogger face from a
Well, we got it. We got it.
Crawling to the UK. Say, please, RSC.
All right. As you read from the comment, keeping it real, a so-called Sikh, I don't believe he is, to be honest with you, but if he is, he is. Says that if Sophia Lewis goes to the Sikh temple, me and her would get beaten up. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually test that in the future, just to see whether that's true. You know, I'll test it. Let's see if I can take Sophia Lewis to the temple. If she wants to go, and we'll see if we get beaten up. Big up to Arto C. Big up to Call. Let me just say a couple of hellos before I give my. What I'm gonna do here is to give like a. I'm actually gonna document my time being on lockdown. Because you know why? Yeah, it's not gonna make no difference to me. Very little difference. Like I'm used to being able to spend a ridiculous amount of times by myself. Yeah. When I'm around my sister's house for 10 days, I don't see a single person for 10 days. Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I don't have the same kind of problems you're going to probably have. It'll be interesting to see how human beings, let's say normal human beings, not superhuman beings like myself, cope with isolation. Because for me, it's not going to make no difference. In fact, I prefer the less people I have, the better I normally feel. Yeah. Sukhjata, Giddas, Rajvi, I agree with your Mr. Grimmister, maybe having all those. I don't drink. What do you mean? But maybe having all these beers as Sikhs is a bad image. I don't drink. I haven't drank for 7 years. Oh, beef. Beef. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Well done, Sukhjata. Sorry. I was about, do you know what? Yeah. I was just about to rant, yeah, at Sukhjata, yeah. I was just like, oh, Padita! I don't drink because I'm teetotal, yeah. Yeah, beef. Yeah, yeah. I agree. But I'm not taking no shit from people. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Just because you're a Sikh, it doesn't mean you're gonna have like get the kind of like soft version of Raj. You chat shit to me. I don't care if you're Sikh or you're Pakistani, you're Muslim, you're Gura, you're whatever. You're getting the same amount of heat. I don't like arguing with Sikhs. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it, but I'll do it if I think people are speaking shit to me or saying stuff that I feel is out of order. Let me say a couple of hellos because I'm going to give you some tips here on how to survive the apocalypse, yeah, or how to survive isolation. Because for 3 weeks, you're going to have to restrict yourself to very little human contact, yeah, very little. The less you do, the better, because the police will be arresting people and fining them, yeah. Oh, Sukhjata, are you teasing? I don't know, it's probably teasing. Don't say that word, please. Don't say that word, Sukhjata. You know the word, the S word. Don't say it. So, what's going to happen is that in the UK, they're going to start enforcing from tonight, strict, a stricter regime in terms of keeping people in control. Yeah, I'll explain why. I'll explain why. It's your fault. Yeah, I said it. Your fault. The reason the government has to do this because you don't listen. Yeah, you don't listen. The only way to tell you to stop doing something is to bloody put a gun to your head. You can't just listen, can you? Even my own nephew for freaking 2 hours. Imagine having an uncle like me, yeah, ringing you up. You better stay at home. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah, I was freaking going mad at him because he wasn't listening to me, yeah. And it's only today that he's like, okay, fair enough, yeah. Because I know what to do to defeat the virus. Now, I might have the virus. I'm not going to lie, I might. Because I keep it touching my nose all the time. Because it's a big nose. So, you know, if I'm going to put my hand there, it's always going to touch it, unfortunately. Let me just say hello to a couple of people. Big up, Sam, hope you're doing all right. The young Ottoman, you're not Ottoman. You're Indian. You're more Indian than Mahatma Gandhi. You're more Indian than Amitabh Bachchan. You're more Indian than Shah Rukh Khan. You're more Indian than all Indians put together. Just to accept it. Weebird, big ups. Rayon, yeah. I haven't played I've got a PS4 there. I don't really look how many games I got, yeah. I haven't played any of them. Haven't played. And I'm a massive Uncharted fan, yeah. Haven't played. I just got bored of games, man. I used to be a big gamer when I was younger. I know people can say, Raj, yeah, I was, but around 4 or 5 years ago, actually longer than that, I stopped playing. But I ended up buying a couple of games because I thought I'd play them, but I haven't played them. I haven't played, even though I'm a massive Uncharted. I played Last of Us, obviously. Man like H, let me out the house. Don't worry. I'll give you some tips here on how to survive like in the house. It's not hard. When I was at my sister's house, think about this. I was there for 10 days. I did not leave the home for 10 days. Yeah. When I was at my sister's, I did not see, I only saw one person, and that was a delivery driver in the whole time. Did I go mad? Did I turn into a freaking lunatic? Probably, because I was ranting a bit, but I was still relatively unscathed from isolation. It's not difficult. Your mind has to be able to kind of cope with the fact that human beings, yeah, have not always been in such close proximity all the time. It's a new phenomenon, whatever it's called, yeah. So the same way that people were able to live in forests by themselves, you know, one or two people, they coped. No one freaking died from loneliness. Not that I know. Does anyone tell me if anyone's died from loneliness? Let me find out if anyone has. And I don't mean like, oh, you're lonely and you're sad. I mean literally from loneliness. Yeah. To the young Ottoman, yeah, you say we can have a good combo today, Raj. Let me tell you something, just so you understand, yeah. If you was dead of coronavirus and you was on the street vomiting in your own spit, I wouldn't just walk past you. I'd actually piss in your face. Yeah. So the young Ottoman, just remember that. I don't just despise you. I hate you. So don't ever think me and you could ever be on anything but hostile terms. Don't think you're going to use the coronavirus to try and manipulate me, you little pudida. Oh, the coronavirus, forget about saying my mum steals. I forget about saying my mum's going to be there. Oh, don't worry, Raj, it's the coronavirus, end of the world. Forgive me. Let's just, no. I will hold my grudge in an apocalypse. If the world had a nuclear war tomorrow, I would still have the same grudges that I have right now. I'm not going to suddenly become friends with you because the world's burning. You crazy. Dexter Rico, leader, one good night. Rashma actor. I hope you're okay, Rashma. Hope Rashma. Baby Yaga, Veli's here as well. Belly. He's so protective of that goddamn James Jones. He's like, you know, he's like his little brother or something. It's quite, if it wasn't so sad, it'd be quite sweet. Finger bingy. Oh no. I'm trying. What it is, I'm trying not to say finger bingy or Raspek sellouts because he hasn't really spoken about me. So I'm going to try my best not to say too much. Like, if he doesn't speak about me, I won't mention Queen J and Respect, you know. Saying, oh, babe. But if he does start talking about me, I'll just start playing that song. Daniel Dillon, mate, you don't want this COVID-19 shit, man. It's burning my lungs right now, and I cannot hardly. Yeah, it's going to destroy your lungs. Arto C, big up your job on this on here. Yeah. He would try and do a Sikh show on Wednesday or Thursday. Not sure yet. Where is the next G Block live? That's freaking just happened, Cole. Literally. Champ Beans, please say hi to me. I said it, Pudida. What more do you want now? Keeping it real, I believe you're in love with Sophia. Look here. Raj, the question on everyone wants to know, are you married? Everything what I've realized about you is about Sophia. Your whole being is about Sophia. Yeah. Now, if you want me to do your rishta, which means rishta means like a marriage, like kind of joining two people together in matrimony, I will do your rishta with Sophia Lewis because it sounds like to me, you're trying to push me to get Sophia Lewis to the Gurdwara so you can marry her. Because you keep saying, if you bring her to the Gurdwara, I'm going to bust you up, rah, 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 you're going to get your head kicked in, rah, rah, rah. The only thing I can think here is that this is some kind of mind trick in order to entrap Sophia Lewis in the virus, you're going to say, Raj, there's a virus. I dare you to come to the... I will then go there. You'll be ready, waiting to get married. And that's how you're going to trap her with the coronavirus and basically doing what I call kind of like mind tricks on me to make me think that you really hate her, but you're in love with her. You want to kiss her. Keeping it real, we'll be doing KISSING in a tree with Sophia Lewis and a lot more if Sophia Lewis is a consenting partner. Obviously, she'll probably hate him because he's probably fat, weird, ugly, and smells like shit, and probably hasn't eaten sensible food for like 50 years. So he's probably got like turkey stuck on his goddamn chest. I don't know, goddamn lamb stuck on his fat stomach. Yeah, for all the eating he does. So she'll probably reject you anyway. But I'll introduce you. Sukhjata, Somali fame. Oh yeah, I have to block you, dude. Jat, you're the guy. It wasn't Jack with the big butt, the guy that said something about Jen. Oh, who did he say about? Oh yeah, Zabida he was talking about. Zabida, yeah. Full shepherd. How you doing, my man? Long time no see. Aaron. Oh, look who's here. Al-Kakka's here. Ummah is one body. Oh my God. Sukhjata, no one needs to sort nothing out. Can I just say something, people? Yeah. No one needs to sort nothing out. No one cares. No one cares. Like, I don't understand why people don't get the thing. No one cares. Like, nobody cares. You know, it's just stupid people talking shit, man, online. If they really wanted to do something, they know where to find me, man. It's not hard, man. It's I stick out like a sore thumb. You know, the other day, what day was it? On Friday, I was walking down and I met Emmanuel and them. I mean, I don't walk around with like freaking like 50 cameras on me or anything. I'm just walking around the streets like skipping, man, like I'm freaking got no worry in the world. Yeah. So don't worry if you see me down the road, just come up to me. It depends on your demeanor, how I treat you. I could be very rude or kind of rude. I'm always rude to a certain degree when I'm out. I don't like people disturbing me when I'm out on the road and stuff. All right, so let me go through what's happened. Big up, Phil Mitchell, Speaker's Corner. Are you the reanimator, Phil? Tell me now, please just tell me. Are you the reanimator? Because it sounds like something you would do. So I'm thinking it might be you. Oh, yeah. Keeping it real. Let me say something. Menacing is gone from the face of the earth. Menacing is gone. Yeah, he just legged it. Once he knew I had his name, his location, his job, I knew exactly who he is, his face. Once people realize they're no longer internet avatars, like the shit gets real very quickly. Because if you can't handle the heat in real life, yeah, and then what will happen is when your face is plastered everywhere with the stuff you've been saying, like just say like, you know, Menace Singh said F Allah and F Muhammad. Now I got that audio. Now if he ever comes back, do you know what I'll do? I will put his face on a video and I'll repeat him saying F Allah and F Muhammad. Then hopefully somebody will probably see the video who's told me who he was. I don't know. They might just suddenly somebody else might see it. Somebody's Muslim mates in where he come. I don't say where he's come from. I know where he comes from. Might see it. They may be like, oh, I didn't know he hate Islam like that. You know, life will get peaked for people if they got a secret life where they don't tell the people the truth. Like he probably doesn't tell people. He says F this, F that. No, why are you teasing? You're supposed to be staying at home. You're not supposed to be going to a wedding. The weddings are cancelled. Oh, Barry Black. All right, so Akira. All right, so let me explain something here. 2 days ago, or a couple of days ago, the government started to kind of slowly tell people that, okay, this particular virus of COVID-19 is not just some basic flu. It's dangerous, yeah? And they know more than what we know, because when you're looking at somewhere like China and you're seeing China. Do you really think in China there was only 3,500 deaths? Yeah, do you think there was really only 3,500 deaths in China? I'm telling you that a death toll over there probably passed 15,000 easily. The reason why we don't know about it is because, firstly, they locked. You know what they did to people? In China, the only way they could control the disease is they went to each house, and first of all, they tried to tell people not to go out. If they didn't tell them to go out and they're still going out, they then locked up the homes. I'm talking about literally putting barricades and locks on doors. They locked people in. Yeah. The people that were in there for 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks have now been in not just what we're calling lockdown. We're talking lockdown, but if I wanted to walk out the door, I could still do it. In China, they had a full-on quarantine where you couldn't walk out your house. People just died in their homes. Yeah. If they had the coronavirus, they were dead. Yeah. They were not doing what you think they were doing. Yeah. They literally shut up the whole of their area, and they just let people die in their homes. And the ones that survived are now allowed to come out if they're clear from coronavirus. Big up to Dave Smith. Yeah. Now, oh, I know who Just Another Me is now. That's never an account. That's that weirdo, that freaking stalker. See you later, man. That's another one. I know who you are now. So that only one person asked about my lips stuck in a pervy way. So what happened is that they managed to control it because they're a communist state. And a communist state doesn't have to tell their people, yeah, the communist state doesn't have to tell their people that we're going to lock you up or we're going to enforce X, Y, Z. They just do it. That is one of the reasons why they've managed to control it. Now, the problem with the UK was that they tried to do what you call kind of gradual steps, because obviously people cannot accept the truth. They cannot accept the truth. So rather than telling them in one go that, okay, this virus is very deadly, yeah, and that if you was to get infected, even if it doesn't affect you, it can affect elderly people. So my example is this. I might have the coronavirus. I might have it because for a month, just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was all over the place. Yeah, I had to go freaking this place, that place, in shopping centers. And that was just 2 weeks ago. So there's a chance I've already got the coronavirus. Yeah, I don't know if I have, but I might have. Now, the problem with that is that I might, yeah, I'm not saying I'm perfectly fit because I got problems with weight and stuff like that. And I have had, I don't want to say too much, but because of MDF and certain other art equipment that I used to spray in my room, I do think my lungs have been affected negatively because I used to have to spray this stuff, fixative, and sometimes I used to go all in my mouth and all into my thingy, yeah. So yeah, I do want to get a check. Now the problem is this year, I might have the coronavirus and I might be perfectly fine, but I might give it to my mother or my father, yeah. Now, if I give it to them, they're not going to make it. It's as simple as that, because both of them are either very old or, like my mother, is very prone to other kind of problems. So obviously my mum has got diabetes, she's had a quadruple bypass, she's got high blood pressure, she's 77, and my dad, although relatively fit and well, he's still old, he's 80. Yeah. I also have a sister of mine who is ill. Yeah. And I don't like normally talking about this because the problem is when I talk about this, people use it against me because most people are savages and are vile creatures and come from the gutter. But one of the things that people don't realize is that I have to normally stay around my sister's house one day a week. Yeah. And I've been doing that for the last 1.5 years. So 1 day a week, because my sister's ill, I normally stayed around there. Yeah. Sometimes you would hear me say, well, I'm not at home. Yeah. When I was on a live stream. Now, at those times, my sister's ill and vulnerable as well. I've not been able to go down there now because she's also would be prone to becoming ill. So my family's got 3 people that are very vulnerable. Yeah. And so my brother's staying with her, my older brother, and I'm going to be staying with my mother. And so just the thing, yeah, like people don't realize that people have family members and elderly people in their household that are going to be very vulnerable to this virus. And this is how people are starting to behave very reckless. Yeah. Big up to TCB 001. So this is where it gets very reckless. Like, soon as I found out about the virus and how serious it was, I just decided to lock down straight away. I was like, all right, don't go speaker's corner. If anyone heard before, I think, sometimes, yeah, I do believe that God is looking, why good, is looking after me. Because I was thinking about going speaker's corner a month ago, 4 weeks ago. Then I was like, nah, leave it. Then I was going to go 3 weeks ago, and then something else happened. I left it. 2 weeks ago, then what happened was the coronavirus situation started happening. I was like, okay, leave it. And then last week I didn't go because of coronavirus. And I believe if MDF, so I used to have a lot of MDF going into my lungs when I was younger, because I used to do a course where I used to design products, and we used to have to make prototypes using MDFs. So big out easy. So the thing is, with this situation, you can go on there. I'll come on there at some point, but I'm not going on there today because I've got things to do. But the thing is, tell him I'll try not to say his name though. I'll try not to say his name. But the thing is, when you go over, when you've got this kind of like issues in your family, you got to be very careful. Yeah. Like with myself, I'm going to be very, very careful. So for me, I've gone on full lockdown. Yeah. Yeah. I have not left the house. What day was it? Friday, I had to go out to get some essential stuff for the family. Yeah. 98% of my shopping is normally household shopping. So the only stuff I normally buy, which is for myself, is basically, the Heinz baked beans. I've got a couple of tins on my thingy, and I've got tomato ketchup. Yeah. So both of my situations, both of them, I've managed to get my stuff here. It took a bit of time, but I've managed to get my stuff. The rest of the stuff is normally for my mum. Yeah. Now, the thing is, when it comes to this situation, we ordered a lot of stuff online. Yeah. A lot of stuff online, because most of the stuff we couldn't get in the shops because of the fact that people were hoarding. Yeah. Now, the problem with that is, with the hoarding, is that when I've got 2 elderly people in my family and 1 ill person, we couldn't get the stuff. Yeah. There was so much stuff that was out. Yeah. And the only way we could get it was to order through Amazon, thank God. So we ordered like hundreds of pounds. The family put together money together, and we ordered hundreds of pounds worth of stuff for, my sister, my mom, and my dad and stuff. Yesterday, I ended up no, shut up, Sukhjata. What are you trying to do? Reverse psychology. Shut up. Chup karo. Chup karo. Why are you telling me to leave the streams? I do as many streams as I want. I don't take these internet gangsters any seriously. None of them can do shit. All of these people are keeping it real, and you or whatever, man, you can't do shit. You're just internet avatars. Until I see you in real life, I don't take you seriously. Come up to me in real life, then we'll see. Yeah. Other than that, you're just comments. Now, I'm telling you to shut up, because you don't tell me not to come online because of the fact that, people are talking shit. You just ignore it like I'm ignoring them. Why are you getting concerned for me? So let me I'm going to speak about landed Celts in a minute, because landed Celts, I don't know what's happened with his situation. But now landed Celts is the biggest racist since Hitler. This is the joke of racism now, because people that are clearly not racist, if you say one thing that people deem to be racist, you're then suddenly a racist. It's unbelievable, man. That's what I said, the word racist is so overused that they've actually made the word become redundant. Like, calling someone a racist now means nothing. means zero, because you're calling people are calling people racist all the time, and yeah. Oh, shut up, Sukhjata. I don't want to be liked. This is what he writes. He goes, cool, Raj, no wonder Sikhs hate you. And no wonder you have not. I don't need you. Why do you think I need you to back me? Do I need, have I, let me say something to Sikhs here, yeah? Have I ever asked you to back me? Tell me one Sikh I've asked to back me. Have I ever rang people, oh yeah, come down, back? No, I'm a one-man army. I do my thing by myself. I walk the roads by myself. I go by myself. I don't need you. Yeah. If you wanna support me, whichever way you wanna do, okay, fair enough. But I don't need your physical support. I don't need you backing me like that. I don't need you coming down to back me. If someone comes down, yeah, like someone said, Manny Cinder, they come down and say, bro, yeah, I like what you're doing. Cool, but I didn't ask Manny Cinder to come down. He come down by himself. Yeah, I don't ask people to back me. Yeah, I don't need your backing, and I don't ask for it. Don't need it, not ask for it. Yeah. When it comes to physical situations, I will take whatever I get. If I get beaten up, I'm not going to ring people up. Oh, no. Whatever happens, man. I'll get my head kicked in, I'll get it kicked in. I'm not going to start ringing 50 bund up saying, oh, yeah, help me out. Because I've got myself in the shit, I'll deal with it myself. I don't know why people think, I need your help for anything. So Amazon and stuff, yeah, we've ordered a lot from Amazon. But the problem with Amazon is this. When you're ordering stuff, you're gonna get even the boxes, yeah, that people are delivering it with can also be contaminated, and the stuff inside, yeah. Yeah, I got no problem with you, Baji Sukhjata, yeah. But what I want to say to you, Baji, yeah, yeah, I'm asking you, I don't need no one's help, yeah. All I want, yeah, is just like, look, let me do my thing. I understand your concern, but if whatever happens to me, it happens. I don't live my life like, worrying about getting my head kicked in or whatever, man. Otherwise, I'd never leave the house. So for me, if I get the hate, it doesn't bother me, man. In fact, I quite enjoy it. So, oh, Zara's here as well. Abby, I hope you're dear, mum. Yeah, big up to Abby. I can't remember if I liked Abby. So yesterday, this is one way, yeah, to try and stave off. Yeah, big up Sukhjata. Let me say something to any of my Sikh bras, yeah. If I'm ever shouting at you, don't take it wrongly, yeah. I just got a bit of a temper, yeah. But it doesn't mean I dislike it. I just don't like people telling me that, like certain things that I've never asked for. I've never asked no one to back me up, so it's not something that I want to start going to thingy. So where is it? Big up Triple S. Yeah. Davinder Singer. That's Bangada thingy. Another one to hide. He's got so many accounts, Davinder Singer. That's the guy that said, Raj, on Sunday. Now, was it Sunday? I'll say, let me go back to thingy. So basically, when you're getting boxes from outside, yeah, those can also have viruses on there. Yeah, you have to understand they're going through lots of different processes of people in factories and the delivery service, the people delivering them. So what you need to do, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, burn all those boxes. Don't recycle. Do what I did yesterday. Have a look at this. As you can see, doing a bonfire. All of these boxes were brought just in a day or so, because we had to buy a lot of stuff for the family and everything. Because I got, my father, my mother, a lot of the stuff we ordered online from Amazon. Loads of boxes that have probably got germs on it. I had to do a bonfire to burn them all. As you can see, a big fire. They're crazy. Seems to be getting a bit out of control. Unfortunately, there's a lot of
God.
We're gonna have bonfire. So I just burnt the whole stuff here because you don't know what's on there. So yesterday I burnt it all, and anything that's coming into my home from outside, I'm gonna end up burning it. Yeah, because you have to understand, I can't take the risk here just because of how many people in my family could be vulnerable to this particular virus. Now the UK is now on lockdown. Yeah, and like I said, yeah, it's your fault. Yeah, you're naughty children. You couldn't, it's like a school teacher telling the children, don't mess about, yeah, and they still mess about. You say, don't mess about, they still mess about. At some point, yeah, the school teacher's gonna have to bring out the freaking cane, yeah, and start debating people all over the place. Debating means slap up, yeah, because they're not listening, yeah. And this is what's happened. Obviously, I emptied the boxes, Landakill. I'm not Irish, that I burn everything. The Irish burn everything in the box at the same time. Oh, we got a delivery today. Yeah, let's put it on the bonfire. That's my Irish accent. Obviously, you empty the box first, and then you burn the box. I didn't just get the delivery to and chuck it in the garden and say, "Oh, here's a match." burn 800 pounds worth of food. Don't worry about it. No, it doesn't work like that. It was all empty. There was freaking 30 boxes. Actually, I didn't get beans. I got beans from the shop. So we was getting essential stuff for my family, wipes and bleach and stuff that, we need to clean the house with, and atta, which is like flour, and freaking, well, God knows what else. So first of all, the government, gave you a warning. Said, don't go out. Try and stay a meter away or 2 meters away from each other, and try your best not to go in big crowds and stuff like that. Now, obviously, the people that are around, like myself, when we listen to that, we're like, okay, yes, okay, we'll try our best. But there's a lot of people, probably most of the people in the chat, that was like, oh, don't worry about it. Let's just go out. Let's go to the park. Let's go over there. Oh, let's go freaking to a theme park, And when you're looking at the videos, people are freaking that close together, just yesterday, all over the place in the park, doing stuff which is not essential. Now, if you've got to go out for shopping, if you've got to go out, to do certain necessities, like people, big up to the people working in the NHS, saving lives and stuff like that, and people working in even in the police and stuff like that, people trying to run the country and keep everyone safe. Those people, have to go out. What you need to do, is to just stay at home. Now, the problem is with people is listen here, let me tell you something, This is something you need to understand that I've always known about people. You're too needy and possessive. You're too needy and possessive. You can't stay by yourself without freaking crying. This is one of the reasons I hated my friends, There was a time I had lots of friends, and I hated them for it, because they cannot and could not survive by themselves. Every few days, someone would call me, oh, Raj, oh, what's happening? What's up? And he's like, oh, yeah, can we meet up? I'm like, oh, what for? I just saw you yesterday. Oh, I'm bored. I'm like, dude, why don't you freaking... So people, need company, And let me tell you something. I don't. It's not going to bother me. This is my superpower. I've always thought to myself, I would thrive in an apocalypse, because I don't need what you need. All I need, is to scavenge for a couple of tin of beans, a spoon, and a drawing pad. And I could probably last for a year, as long as I got enough supplies, You guys, are so goddamn needy. It's the pathetic, in my opinion. And this is why people, cannot stay indoors without the government now having to enforce rules to stop you from going out. Because, oh, I need to meet my mate. Who cares about your friend? Who cares? You can Skype with them if you love them so much, or you can phone them. You don't need to be in contact with people. It's pathetic. It's the weakest thing I see in human beings. This is why you know, human beings are freaking well like the biggest problem in this situation, that they're spreading the virus everywhere because they are not able to keep to themselves, yeah, because they'll go mad. Now I have to admit, I do have my own I do have an advantage, yeah. One of them is I've got a hobby. I think that's going to be the biggest difference between people being able to survive, yeah, being able to survive, and people that are going to be bored out of their brains and they're going to be clutching their hair out of their head. For me, I have a hobby that I can also work with. Now, unfortunately, right now, I reckon business is going to die a death because I don't think many people are going to be going, oh, we want a portrait done of, you know, like my mother, or a portrait done of, you know, someone's pet, and this time. So I'm going to probably suffer financially, yeah, for that. But I'm pretty okay financially because I'm not somebody that spends ridiculous amount of stupid stuff. So I tend to save up my money, yeah. I'm not that type of person to just frivolously. I don't drink anyway. I mean, one of the reasons I used to spend a lot of money was I used to drink. Once I stopped drinking, I haven't really got that many vices that I spend it on. I don't really do anything that's that expensive. I mean, my equipment is very expensive. Each pencil is £22. Yeah, so you can imagine most of my expenses go on my equipment. Yeah, so if you're looking at something like this, guess how much this is? This is £3.50 for one of these bloody things. You know, if you look at all of this stuff, I mean, all of my equipment is very expensive. Most of my equipment. So I got my drawings to do. So I've still got this one to finish. Obviously, I'm playing chess. You're playing Connect. I don't even know if I've done it. Oh yeah, I did do a bit more. Been kind of lazy actually. You can see it's coming along now. Obviously, where is it? You can see here. So this is still rough, but you can see there's soldiers now. Do not cross. Hate speech. Dragging that little boy. This is still rough though. It's not drawn in. It's just like thingy little kids there watching. This guy's got a machine gun, obviously. You know, got that boot on his head. This guy's gonna have a gun put to his head, and obviously you've got the four things now coming along. And obviously it's 1984 is here. YouTube, Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Obviously controlling the masses, trying to like suppress free speech. You can see here, kind of coming along. So I got my own thing to do that I can keep myself busy. In fact, like I'm probably going to do a couple of drawings about the coronavirus myself personally. Oh bloody hell! Actually, that looks pretty good. Actually, that looks pretty good. I actually quite like this view. I do need to get a drawing up there as well, then, in that space over there. Yeah, some of my favorite drawings there, obviously. So yeah, for me, I've got my way to pass time. I'll just be drawing most of the time, to be honest with you. It's not going to be that hard for me. Big up Rashman. Why don't you start drawing, Rashman? I might do some art classes. I can teach you to draw and do some drawings and stuff and show us how to do it. Maybe I'll do some art classes for people to show you how to draw stick men. So with me, I think I have an advantage just because I've got a hobby. I also make a living at the hobby, but at the moment, I think 3 months, I don't think I'm going to make anything, but I have got money saved up. But I still I haven't worked on this drawing for months, so I can actually finish that one off. Hopefully I'll finish that one off as well, because I haven't worked on that. I'm playing chess, you're playing Connect 4. And I'm actually going to do a drawing on the coronavirus. Yes, I said it. I'm going to do a drawing on the coronavirus about how people are behaving. I've got my idea already, yeah, because for me, a lot of people can draw, but not a lot of people have imagination. For me, my biggest strength isn't my technical skills, because there's people out there that can draw much better than me. But one thing I do have is a good imagination. For me, yeah, I've already got, like in a split second, I can see a drawing in my head. Like when I was doing this drawing, I had the drawing in my head, and all I do is put it on paper. Yeah, I sketch it out quickly first, and even with the rest of the drawings behind me that I got from Imagine. My drawing is going to be about people's selfishness in the supermarkets, yeah? And basically what I'm going to have is like two children. One's going to probably be black. Don't say I'm racist. One might be Chinese or white. I don't know. And they're going to be kind of like playing with food with each other, you know, giving each other food. Yeah, like, you know, what people should do, like sharing and stuff. And then in the background, I'm going to have the mother of all shit shows of like people fighting, people grabbing toilet roll, you know, people screaming, old people getting beaten up for their stuff. And so it's going to be like showing, you know, how, you know, when children are young, they're very, 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 very honest and very, very kind of unselfish in their nature. You'll see children giving each other stuff. And then as we get older, we become very territorial and start to become very, very selfish in our nature. So I've already got it in my head. I just got to pencil it down. So it's going to be a large drawing like this, and it's going to kind of show thing. I'm going to probably start on it. I don't know, maybe next week or something. I want to do a little bit more of this first. This is still only 60% done. I know people don't realize, but when I'm doing these drawings, these large drawings, they're taking absolutely ages. Like that's only 60% done. Before I move on, is Land of Celts still there? Where's Land of Celts? Where is Land of Celts? That nutcase. Is Land of Celts still there? Because I've been watching something and it's a bit weird. Yeah, he's still there. Now let me explain something about Land of Celts here. Are you still there, Land of Celts? All right. So this is the problem, yeah, and I've been trying to explain to people for a long time. And I think Land of Celts situation is a very good example of how low the bar is. Big up to the reanimator. Is that a real reanimator in there? People subscribe to his channel, man. Subscribe to the reanimator. I need to actually, I don't really know enough about him. Oh, it's the real reanimator. Yeah, subscribe to reanimator. Let me say something. I love the fact that the reanimator made Hassan Saba a pig in a cannon. Do you know why yet? That's exactly how I see Hassan Saba, as a pig in a cannon. Yeah. If anybody deserves to be a pig in a cannon, it's Hassan Saba. So his character is a pig in a cannon about to be blown out. Yeah. So one of the things is you need to do, Reanimator, a little short clip of Land of Celts and how Land of Celts is now a full-on Nazi on Sir Faz's channel. Let me explain something why this shows the stupidity of some people. The fact is that the word racist is so redundant at the moment that anybody could be a racist according to certain people. But in reality, being a racist is very specific. Like you've got to have, yeah, either a hatred for another group, you think you're better than the other group, and you have some kind of disdain or dislike or stereotype of the other group that you dislike or disdain, or you think you're better than them, and you think you're genetically better than them, and you want harm upon them as well. Now, from my understanding, I haven't heard Land of Celts say anything apart from the fact that he believes that the UK has a lot of immigrants. That's true. You go down my area, there's a lot of Polish, there's a lot of Russians, there's a lot of things. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, but that is a fact. Yeah, my area now has got a lot of Eastern Europeans. I don't moan about it. I'm like, all right, whatever, yeah. But that's not a racist thing to say. On top of that, when you say that the Pakistani community has got a problem with grooming up north, that is also not a racist statement to make, yeah, because it's a fact. That's not racism to bring that out, yeah. Now, the problem with this is that I was listening. I hadn't been listening to Fogger Fast for a few days or whatever. I heard it a bit and then all of a sudden I heard, oh, Land of Celts, you're a racist. And I was reading in the back text, Land of Celts are racist. Hold on, listen here. You have an Irishman who's a convert to Islam. Yeah, Islam. Islam, yeah, which is a faith which, you know, people will malign you for in terms of racism and stuff like that. Secondly, last time I heard, he's married to a Somali woman with probably mixed race children. Now, either he's the worst racist known to mankind, or you're just a goddamn snowflake. Yeah, I'm not even somebody that supports land of Celts, but I do believe that this kind of the word race is being pushed about all the time in such a way is actually detrimental to the word real racist. Actually, what you're doing is when you call everyone a racist, then the real racist will hide in the midst and you won't be able to see them. They're just going to hide within the midst of all the other racists. Yeah. Basically, Sir Faz's channel now, Land of Celts, is a racist. Oh, let me just make one announcement to Salahuddin, yeah? I'm going to apologize to Salahuddin, otherwise known as Morton Hire. Now, I will say Salahuddin's a miserable little prick, yeah? Always crying and bitching 24/7. And I'm not going to lie, I do believe that the old Morton Hire was a bit more fun. But I made a comment the other time about him maybe being a undercover, yeah. And the reason I said that was I have to admit I was kind of swayed by people because I was listening to a couple of live streams and 2 or 3 people, I don't want to say the names, kept on mentioning Salahuddin and that his journey is weird. And I have to admit, to me, it's weird as well. And so I started thinking, yeah, that is a bit of a weird journey. Like, you know, he went from Morton Hire to Salahuddin overnight. And so I said a few things the last time. I apologize for that. I take that back. I still think Salahuddin's a little prick and he's turning to a goddamn lunatic. Yeah, that thinks he's a freaking sheikh or something like that. And he needs to calm down. And remember, he's only a 5-minute Muslim, yes? So he needs to freaking more, you know, calm down. Now, Jagreed Handu. Jagreed Sandu said, Raj, I swear you don't deserve to wear our beautiful turban. Make sure you don't wear that around me. Where are you? Let's meet up then, and I'll wear it. Where are you going to be in Pudida? Tell me. Give me a date and time. Date and time, Jagreed Sidhu. Date and time. I will wear it just in front of you. And we'll see what you're going to do about it. What are you going to do about it, Jagreed Sandhu? Let's see. Give me a date and time. Oh, you're from Bow. Okay, big up to Subjata. Big up to Sanchez as well. Oh, Hayes, where you are banned, so you're close. You're near to me. Give me a date and location. Give me a date and location. Let's make this happen. Let's see what you're going to do. Let's test these little pussios, man. Let's see if they got the real guts to do it. And make sure you come kalla, though. Don't bring your boys with you. Try and do it by yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Date and time. Let's give me date and time. Give me date and time. Oh, you want to do this at a Gurdwara? You're freaking mad. I'm talking about the road, baby. Road. I'm road, you know, so I'll do it on the road. Yeah, no, another internet gangster. You know, it's very disappointing to have so many internet gangsters about. Why can't they just do something in real life, man? Like, why do you have to just be internet gangsters? Why can't you man up here for once in your life and just say, okay, let's try and do something in real life? Why do you have to be like, you know, internet gangster all your life? It's embarrassing, dude. Another person I'm gonna have to thingy. Anyway, here's another one gone. So what's gonna happen if people start talking like that? Because it's basically the same person, known as Bangla Garage. He's just coming after different aliases. Every time I hear stuff like that, I would just hide you. So keep on making accounts, boy. Keep on making accounts. You know, you're my number one family. You're my I said number one family. Oh my God. You're not my family, you little prick. My number one fan. Yeah. All right. So Sukhjata, I used to, my best mate. Listen to me now. My best mate for 10 years used to live in Bow. I used to go Bow all the time. Bow Gurdwara. And I used to go to my mate's house in Bow. You probably know them. Two brothers. One used to wear pug when he was younger, but he cut his hair. And he's got 3 sisters. They used to live in a block of flats in Bow, and they don't live there now. But I used to go to Bow all the time, and that was my second home because I used to go to my mate's house all the time when we used to like hang about and stuff. So yeah, I used to go to Bow all the time. He still lives. No, actually, he doesn't live in Bow now, but yeah. I used to be in Bow all the time, man, for a long time, for maybe 10 years. Whenever I used to meet up and stuff like that. All right, so yeah, so I'm not going to keep it too long. It's going to take it to an hour. So like I said, all right, so the surname. Oh, let me just say Harjit and Ranjit. Harjit and Ranjit. The two brothers, Harjit and Ranjit. They don't live there no more, so it doesn't make no difference. They lived around, but they've gone now. Harjit and Ranjit. I won't say their surname though. Hyder and Ranjit. They're probably both of them are like in their 40s now. So two brothers. Harjit was the older one. That was my mate, and then his younger brother. Maybe Thursday or Friday. I'll give you the date. We're gonna try and do a Sikh show on Thursday, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure what day yet because I've got a few things to do. Yeah. Let me just read it. So, like I said, yeah, what you need to do, yeah, for 2 or 3 weeks, just isolate yourself for the greater good, because the way to destroy this virus, yeah, you can come on, Sanchez, yeah. The way to destroy the virus is to not associate with people or not be too close to people. Now, the problem is I've got a couple of masks here. So I've got this mask. This one. Also have this mask which goes around the ears, yeah, and then I had my famous Rajanator mask, which I brought around a year ago, which was like 25 quid. Invader Grider, you need to email me and prove you're a Sikh, because we have a Sikh test. If you want to jump on and you got something to say, then we'll talk. One of the things we're going to talk about is actually this comment. Yeah, so the thing is, yeah, you can jump on as long as I know who you are. So I've got this mask here, yeah, that I brought a year and a half ago. It's around £25. It's a very expensive mask. Yeah, obviously the Rajanator needs an expensive mask. So let me just take that off. So now, what is the problem with this mask? I might know them by face. Man, the agenda. So what do you think the problem with this mask is? Yeah, jump on, Triple S. Jump on, Aja. Jump on, man. We'll have a good chat. We're going to talk about a few things quite important. So, yeah, it'd be good to have people jumping on. Now, the problem is, yeah, landed Celts, they don't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. And this doesn't work. Now, for me, which was even worse, when I brought this mask, I wasn't thinking about there's going to be a coronavirus. So I ripped the insides out, yeah, so I could breathe. So usually there was a kind of like, you know, fabric around it, which I ripped out. So at the moment, this is totally useless by itself. I'm going to try and fix it. Now, the problem is, yeah, it's an N95 mask. Yeah, it's got like thingies on it. Now, the problem is when I researched the mask, these masks actually don't work. If the virus is going to get in you, it's going to get in you. The thing is, the reason why you have to wear the mask isn't so that the virus doesn't go in you through kind of, you know, like you walking about or through air. It stops you from touching your face. That's the only good it does. The only good it does is stops you from touching your face, because the way people are getting the virus is they're touching stuff, then it's going and they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing that, and it goes in their face. So that's all it really does. But if you think this here is going to stop you from inhaling, if you think this mask is going to stop you from actually inhaling the coronavirus, you're mad. Your best bet is to actually Jinder and his cousins own a pub. I probably know them by face, to be honest. I don't really associate with many people anymore. If anyone's over 40, I might know them if they're in my age bracket, but anyone too young, I don't really know. So when you're wearing these, don't think this protects you. What you need to still do is keep a distance of around 2 meters, yeah? And just don't touch your face after you've thinking. Now, I've done something here that I didn't want to do, but I had to do something because I had to think of the greater good. And I know everyone's gonna say, Raj, you're a hypocrite. Raj, you're a devil. And in a way, I do feel bad. But I was trying to find a pair of gloves that I could wash. Yeah. And I don't mean disposable, because when I do my shopping, I need to be able to go out and do what I need to do for my mother and my father and stuff like that. And I have to sometimes swallow my own pride to think of the bigger picture. So I had to buy these freaking gloves, and I hate doing this because they're actually leather, and I haven't bought leather for years. I can't remember the last time I bought anything leather. But these were the only ones I could find that I could get, within the next couple of days. It took like 2 days to arrive. That I could actually wash. So for me, when I'm going out, I'll chuck them away once the coronavirus is gone. That these little gloves, I can actually go out without taking them off, because the thing is with this, they're very easy to maneuver. I can still use my phone because it works with that. I can also go with thingy. So it actually works with the phone, so I don't need to take them off ever. Yeah, I can use my phone. I can easily maneuver stuff, and so these gloves are pretty cool. So I had to, for the first time in probably, can't remember how long, first time I bought leather goods, because obviously I'm against animal cruelty. But yeah, obviously these ones. So now I've got that, and what I'm gonna do when I go out, although I don't believe that these freaking this actually works, but I will be like doing this when I go out. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. God's sake, I'm freaking walking on. So my plan is to put this on. Once I got that on, obviously I had to paint it black, and don't ask what I painted it with, because it's probably gonna kill me through the fumes. And then I'm gonna end up putting this on top, just to give me a bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna do a hit. So I don't care what I look like, man. I don't give a shit. I'll just go like this, and I'll go out freaking well, looking like some kind of going like I'm gonna go out to murder someone. So I'm hoping this will be enough, because I'm only gonna go out for like half an hour to get some shopping on Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna be like, Yeah, could you imagine? I'd start doing like a street fighter move. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah. These gloves actually make you feel like you can punch someone in the face, man. Don't know what it is about these gloves. Yeah, I can breathe. Yeah. The good thing about these is that it's got this. Where is it? You see? So if I need to breathe, I just open these up. So it's actually pretty good. God's sakes. Yeah. I'm gonna be wearing all black as well. All black. The other good thing is that I would recommend people wearing some form of glasses, because one of the ways the virus goes into you is actually through the eyes as well, which I didn't realize. If you touch your eyes like this, it will go into the eyes. Yeah. So don't touch your eyes either. Because if I didn't realize it goes through the eyes, through the nose, and through the mouth. Yeah. So any of those things will actually cause you issues if you touch any of those areas. Now, like I said, all you need to do, is to try and stay indoors for around 2.5 to 3 weeks, and I guarantee you, the kind of infection rate will go down. Yeah, I said it. If everyone listens and just doesn't go in outside for 2 or 3 weeks, it will start to go down. It will go up first, because a lot of people will start who have got the illness before. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I might have the coronavirus. I might actually have the coronavirus, because for 2 weeks prior to me not going out, I was out quite a lot because I had to do quite a few family stuff. I had to do other stuff. I was in a shopping centre in Stratford. If people know what Stratford is packed, and I was there for like an hour and a half just 2 weeks ago. I was on a train on what's called the City Line, and the City Line was packed. Yeah, so I was standing right next to people. Central Line, if anyone knows what the Central Line was packed. So for me, yeah, like I've been out, even though I'm now kind of like secluded now. I've been out so much for the last couple of weeks that if I've got it, I've got it. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is try not to pass it on to other people. And if I do get symptoms, just to stay isolated. I need to go out. I'm introvert. What does that mean? Introvert means that you like your own company. I don't know what Saxon Road is. So yeah, for me, I'm an introvert. I like my own company. Yeah, it's not a problem for me I've always said to myself that if I went to prison and I was put into solitary confinement, although I would probably find it difficult, I wouldn't find it as difficult as most people. Now, I don't know that road. I wouldn't find it as difficult as most people, because I personally do not have an issue with spending time by myself, and basically spending time by yourself and just doing other stuff. Drawing is obviously one of them, but there's loads of them. You can just chill out, you can read, although I don't read that much, obviously, but there's lots of stuff you can do, yeah, that you don't need to be in contact with people. The only problem is that if your brain is not cut out, if you're somebody that needs to socialize, you're going to have problems, because I know a lot of people that can't survive without yes people around them, people that constantly kind of having to kind of boost their ego and stuff like that, so they have to be around people all the time in order to exercise. Right, I'm going to exercise in the garden. I'm going to run around like a madman, like in a freaking one of those prison movies. In those prison movies, people are running around in the kind of like in the yard. That's what I'm going to be doing. Oh, good. Stop drinking. Big up to Red Rose. You might be a super spreader. I might be. I don't know. Now, let me say something. When it comes to the Chinese, now let me say something. Big up to Red Rose. Yeah, big up to Red Rose. Now, when it comes to the Chinese, I'm hoping that after this situation, people will look back and now start looking into the Chinese meat markets. Because one of the things that I've always been so freaking disgusted about was the Chinese markets. The Chinese markets are probably the most cruelest, most barbaric and evil places in the world. Now, the thing is, I know people are going to say, don't kick the Chinese while they're, in this situation. I don't give a shit. I've always said from day dot, when I started researching into animal cruelty, the one place that was on the top of the list for animal cruelty was China. China has no animal cruelty rules, Everything can go. You have to understand how bad it is, This situation will put a spotlight on something that, is directly linked to the coronavirus. But a lot of people don't care about the animals, Probably they don't care about the animals. But when you see what they do to the animals, in order to get some kind of taste, because what I've been told is the reason why they're so cruel to the animals is because they believe it gives a better taste if the animal has fear in it. Now, what they do is that they have open live markets. So although I disagree with all consumption of meat, when you go to when I go past a butcher shop, I feel disgusted. I think I'm going to be honest with you. When I see a butcher shop, to me, it looks like evil incarnated. Like I can just see animals hung up upside down. I don't see meat because I've never eaten meat. To me, they're just animals. And obviously I've got my drawing up there. the one at the top that transport and all stuff, because the whole process is very evil. So even myself, now that I've got these gloves, is actually me contributing to the meat industry, because obviously they'll use the leather from the cows in order to make this, which I obviously feel disgusted about. But at the end of the day, man, like sometimes I'm going to put my morals aside. Like I said, if I was in a forest and I was by myself and the only thing to eat was a lamb, I'm sorry, I'm eating the lamb if it means that's the way I'm going to survive. But I won't eat it just for the sake of it. And right now I can't find no gloves that are safe enough for me to go outside and wash and reuse, except for these ones, and that's the only ones I've found which are leather. So when it comes to China, now I wish I could play videos to show people, but my channel will get striked. But I have seen stuff that no other country does in China. No other country. What they do to the animals is something that I still cannot believe a human being would put some other living creature through. I've seen videos of people grabbing dogs, live dogs. There's a pot full of dogs being boiled alive, and they pick them up, they chuck the dog in it, close the top, and all you can hear is the dog screaming and screaming, and I'll get a strike. They're screaming and screaming, and instead of showing compassion towards these dogs, the people are just talking and laughing like nothing's happening. I've seen videos of chihuahuas being skinned alive. They're not dead, they're skinned alive, their bodies are chucked in a bin, and the chihuahuas are still alive. They don't even kill them after they skin them. They just let them die in agony. Other stuff where you see, I've seen like an octopus or something like that, where they just literally put an octopus in a pot, boiled it, the octopus is still alive, they'll take it out as it's boiling hot, and they just start freaking eating it. Like, no, and it's nothing. They're not dead. And so there's so many things when it comes to these meat markets. And the fact is that I'm not trying to demonize Chinese people, because the reason why the Chinese, like I said in my last stream, started eating so many animals. So I'm going to show, I'll try and find the picture, but there was a picture I found of a menu list, of animals that you could eat in a restaurant. Camels, lions, gorillas, you name it, spiders, cockroaches, anything was go on the list. It was just like everything you could think of. The reason why the Chinese have got to the point where they eat everything is because of the fact that they suffered so many famines. The famines created shut up, Malibu Surfer, you little prick. Let me do the thing here. I just read that. You're gone. So basically, no racist stuff against Chinese people, because this is not about Chinese people. This is about Chinese practices when it comes to animal cruelty. To me personally, the rest of the world is not as bad, but it's still bad, because a dog and a cat, is no difference to me than a cow or a pig or whatever. They're all sentient beings that deserve to live. So, but the difference is that they kill them when they're alive, and some of them eat them and boil them while they're alive, and that's a different level of cruelty than somebody being stunned or their neck being chopped and then they're eaten afterwards. So when it comes to this situation, they had a famine, around 40 years ago, which cost millions of lives. Like 25 million people died in the famine. During that time, they had no choice but to eat anything they found. So put yourself in their position. You're in a famine which is killing everyone, and you find a cockroach. To you, just to survive, you'll eat it. We've never felt famine like that, so we don't know I don't know what I would do if my family was starving to death. Would I give them a cockroach? Probably. Would I say, let's just eat a spider because there's nothing else to eat? Probably. But what happened is, after they did that, once the famine was over, they still kept those particular animals as food. So they never got rid of it. They didn't just start using it in emergencies. They started to eat them all year round and all the time. So now they've got into a situation where they got more animals on a menu than freaking London Zoo. They've got more freaking things on their menu than freaking London Zoo has. So it's just unbelievable. They list I could imagine them, giving someone a freaking what is it? Like a menu, and it's like 50 pages long. Oh, where's the kangaroo balls? Oh, where's the bloody gorilla back? Yeah, so there's probably everything on there. They need to stop this. Yeah, even just for the fact that it might actually help kind of reduce having any more of these kind of viruses, because the SARS virus was also from China. This coronavirus, once again, from China. Yeah. So there's something about their meat markets and the way they're doing their meat and stuff, and the way they're cutting it or whatever they're doing and they're eating it is causing problems for the rest of the world, and they've got to stop doing it. Anyway, I've said my piece now. On Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to try and do a show on Sikh issues and stuff. And what we'll do is, I do want to actually discuss this issue in a sensible manner. If people want to jump on, I'll big up to Jupiter, man. Big up to Jupiter. How you doing? I'll big up to Banksy. Yeah, so I do want to discuss this situation on the day. So he goes, this is a so-called Sikh. He says, Raj and Simon, who that means Sophia, you would get beaten up together if you brought it to the Gurdwara. So he calls her it. And I'm going to discuss whether the Gurdwara would allow somebody like Sophia Lewis to go to the Sikh Gurdwara to have langar and stuff. Or would she get beaten up? Because I think these kind of comments are so disrespectful to our gurus and Sikhi that this is something that needs to be totally and utterly destroyed. Because we're going to play a video, big up to ROC, from Bhai Jagraj Singh, who actually tackled this issue in a video. And I think it's the best video when it comes to how do you treat people that are LGBTQ, even though as a Sikh we don't necessarily agree with it. Like as a Sikh, we can't agree with same-sex marriage. I'm sorry, we just can't. We can't agree with same-sex couples. We just can't. But how do we treat these people? Do we say we're going to beat them up? Do we say that if they go to our temples, we're going to kick them out? Do we say that when they come down, they're going to get punched in the face, like Keeping It Real said? I believe not. If these people do believe that, then I believe they're not Sikhs. I think they're probably undercover cockroaches or something like that. Because I can't believe that, you would beat someone for coming to the house of God. Yeah. To me, that's not it. Like human beings, yeah, Rashma. So we'll be kind of going over that. Also, I want to discuss a few other issues as well. I'm going to discuss something that, what's it called? The other thing I want to discuss, RTOC and when Raindrop, is okay. Yeah. So basically, when it comes to the next two people we're going to discuss, I want to discuss something that was said on Fogger Faz's channel, which was by Big Ass and Land of Kells. Let me say something again, yeah. Big Ass. Just hopefully I can look at this. Yeah, let me say something. Yeah, I don't dislike Big Ass. Yeah, I don't hate Big Ass, and in a way, I do get on with Big Ass when he's sober. But let me tell you something, Big Ass. You can't just randomly ring me after all the shit you've spoken. We're not friends. Like, you've said too many things at the moment. If you want to apologize for saying the certain things that you said to me or about me or my family and stuff, then yeah, I'll move on. But right now, you don't just ring me up and shit like that, yeah? And freaking we'll start, thinking that we're mates and stuff just because we chat once. on Veli's channel and all that kind of stuff. Oh, God knows Jupiter. God knows what he wants. I don't know what he wants. I think he wanted me to team up with him to get Fogger Faz, because we was on Big Arse. We was on a Veli's channel, and me and him said, "Well," I said, "All right, I'll put my differences aside. Let's destroy Fogger Faz." Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." Then 2 or 3 hours later, I got a phone call from him going, "Oh yeah, yeah." It's probably to do with Fogger Faz, if I'm being honest here, to get him. So yeah, yeah. I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, you behaved very badly. It's your fault that we are now in lockdown. It's your lot's fault. You should have listened. By like naughty children, you need to get spanked, yeah. And now we got on a lockdown, which is because of your fault, yeah. And I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about people I know as well, like my own family members who want listening, who I have to tell off and stuff. So it's not just one way, yeah. Like I said, if you're getting boxes from outside, do what I did.
As you can see, doing a bonfire. All of these boxes were brought just in a day or so, because we had to buy a lot of stuff for the family and everything. So I got, my father, my mother, a lot of the stuff we ordered online from Amazon. Loads of boxes that have probably got germs on it. We had to do a bonfire to burn them all. As you can see, a big fire. Yeah, crazy. Seems to be getting a bit out of control.
Yeah. Actually, let me play the Reanimator before I go. Let me play a bit of Reanimator. That thingy. We got to the Reanimator. Kind of like. So just tell me how is everyone bored already after 1 day of lockdown? Because do you know what? Yeah, what I want to do. Yeah, I would love to see how people. Do you know what? Yeah, for me, this is a good experiment on how will the masses cope with isolation in a time when people are so used to being around people. It will be a good experiment on how, yeah, people cope with that. Oh, here it is. So let's play a bit of Reanimator. So obviously this is the Reanimator. Can you sub to him, please? Yeah. So this is my favorite one of these one. This is the original best one of me sorting out, talking about. Yeah, big up to Reanimator. I don't know where I put his freaking thing. You'll have to start advertising a bit more. But yeah, and I need to shoot now. I will say that he was very upset, James Jones. and his bodyguard, bloody Veli, was freaking more protecting him as well. Like, oh, don't worry, James, don't get upset. Raj is talking shit about you. You're gonna be upset. Don't worry, that big bad Raj is talking shit about you. Don't listen to him. I'll play the video, but here's the tissues. Cry yourself to sleep. Raj is gonna talk shit about you. Yeah, so yeah, you know what happens. Like, they start crying. Yeah, I know. I was watching. Obviously, I was watching, and then I heard you what you were saying, and that's why I jumped on afterwards. That's why when I jumped, I said, what did I say? Run, devil man, Kanjar Padida, internet avatar. Yeah, whatever it is. I need to get that locked down actually, exactly how it is. Let me just have a quick look at something. Let me read a couple of comments because I need to shoot now. Okay. Who's there? Hey, all right. Lenovo Terrace exercise. I'm gonna have to do a bit because I'm getting putting on weight. So what am I saying? Right, Rose and then C, teaching, rush my API, rapid money, and yeah, they eat anything dead or alive. You're right, actually, unbelievable. And actually let them watch the people slaughtering the other animal in front of them. Imagine a dog. If you see it, the problem is if you don't have dogs here or animals, you don't understand how a dog reacts to another dog being hurt. So example is when my sister's dog was put down, my other dog Bullet was very upset. Yeah. Or if he saw Gucci injured, or vice versa, they get very upset. So imagine, yeah, Naitha's channel. All right, big up Naitha, but I don't know what the freaking channel is. Big up to Naitha as well. So basically, what happens is that so you can imagine in these wet markets, they have dogs in cages, cats, other animals, and they take them out and they slaughter them in front of the other animal. Yeah. So imagine what the other dog is thinking when it's watching its own, maybe one of his friends, being killed. Yeah. I can't be bothered to find the channel. I've got time. I've got time. I'm too busy saving the world, man. I'm giving what I'm gonna do at this precise moment of time. Yeah, I think I should be the minister for being indoors. My thing should be the minister for surviving indoors, because I am an expert at doing this. This is like a walk in the park for me. It's easy. Like I can do it with my eyes closed. Yeah. So Jupiter, I'm gonna give everyone tips here on how to survive by being by yourself. Yeah, because it's not hard for me, but it is hard for other people. They can't cope with the loneliness. A lot of people are gonna suffer with loneliness, yeah, because they're not used to being around their own company. First thing you need to do, yeah, is to remember I'm better than you. That's the first thing you need to acknowledge is that I am better than you. And the reason why I'm better than you because I can survive in my own company. And that is something that not many people can do. Yeah. Most people that I've met over my lifetime cannot survive more than a couple of days without ringing someone or trying to go, oh, I'm so bored. No, you need to try and survive for 3 weeks, with your own company or the person you're with in the house. Yeah, and if you can't do that, you're dead. I said it, you're dead. You're literally giving yourself a freaking death sentence. Yeah. So what did Fogger do today? Fogger's always sly. What do you mean he's done today? He's been done a year ago. Guy freaking War has been done a year ago. He's still walking around like he's done nothing wrong. He's always done something. Every goddamn week he's done something disgraceful. every week there's some new freaking what's it called? Some kind of new bloody disaster there, or some kind of like scandal, and nothing happens to him. He doesn't. Fogger just went quiet when I called him out. Oh, is it on there? Let me listen to it then. Let me listen to it. Because I remember that, yeah, because you said that, you know, that Fogger Fazia, when he come on, because this is one of the things, he was saying to me that it's not a Muslim issue with the grooming, it's a Pakistani issue. He was saying that to me, yeah? He was saying that to me, it's a Pakistani issue. Why do you keep on calling it a Muslim issue? And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. You are right. There's not many people from different ethnic groups within the grooming epidemic. It's mainly Pakistanis. So I started calling it Pakistani grooming gangs, not after that, but a little while after, because I thought, all right, it's unfair to say, you know, Asian or Muslim grooming gangs, because there's not many people from the different groups. So with him, yeah, with him, he is the one that got that me to kind of change my mind in a way from saying Asian. First of all, it was Muslim grooming gangs, then it was Asian Muslim grooming gangs, and now it's Pakistani grooming gangs, yeah, or mainly Meepalese, yeah. Because I don't care what anyone says, you can call me a racist, you can say whatever you want. The most foul-mouthed people I've ever met, yeah, in my life, not just online, but also, yeah, in real life, are Meepali Pakistanis, yeah. I'm sorry, you can call me racist, but I'm telling you the truth. I can name you so many of them that have no limit. Your mother's not off limits. Your family's not off limit. Nothing's off limit. And the most amount of filth I've heard of people's coming out people's mouths here are from the Meepali Pakistanis. Yeah? They just go to another level of savagery when it comes to disrespecting people. And if you think about that, the way they behave, yeah, also the way they talk to females. That's one other thing I've realized about Meepali Pakistanis. They have no issue in saying anything, yeah, or anything to Meepalis. Would say nothing to females. Now, if you're treating your own women like this, how do you think they're treating other women? How do you think they're treating females that they see out on the road here that they might think are drunk or whatever like that? They'll probably see them like a piece of shit. So I don't care what anyone says. That's not racist. That's the truth. I'm going by my own goddamn experience. I've never heard people speak the way like Amraz or TYO or all of these guys speak. They're filthy, man. Total filth bags. They have no limits, no shame, nothing. Both Ghost and TYO, yeah. I mean, both Amraz and TYO are both Meepalese. Both of them two, in their own ways, are the most filthiest cocks I've ever met in my life. They have no limit, yeah. But also TYO Landakilts, I'm sorry, TYO is a more civilized version of Amraz. TYO pretends to be civilized. Let me explain something. On the Sikh show we're going to do the next day, I'm going to have to play something just to prove a point. Because TYO, from my understanding, went to the Kartarpur corridor a little while ago and took a photo of himself there. TYO pretends to be a friend of the Sikhs. But what I will prove here on this Sikh program is that this guy, including Big Ass, both believe that Sikhism is not a religion, but an offshoot and a sect of Islam. Both of them believe that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is a Sufi saint. Both of them, and they've said it openly on so many occasions on Fogger Fazis, but this is the one of the times I actually got it clear that both of them are saying this. They do not see Sikh Punjabis, yeah, or Punjabi or Sikhs as a different religion. They see us as a sect of their thingy, a deviant sect, and they said it. So I'll prove that to you. Anyway, yeah. They're not even retarded versions of Punjabis. They're just freaking filth bags, man. They got a backward mentality, man. Like, it's unbelievable how backwards their mentality is, man. I've never met freaking like people like that, man. I'm sorry. I know people can say I'm being racist. I don't give a shit, man. If I meet 10 people from the same area of the world, and 8 of them, yeah, are proper shit bags, what do you expect me to? What do you expect me to believe? And there's one that's okay, and one of them's pretty good. I'm gonna judge it by the 8, because if there's so many of them are behaving the same, I'm gonna have to ask myself: is the whole community like this? What do you mean we was? Yeah, and Hindus do the same thing. But the thing is, the Hindus are quite open about it sometimes. You hear them saying, blah, 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 he was a Hindu and stuff like that. But you really hear it openly said by people like Big Arse or TYO, and they've openly said it. So I'm going to explain, and we're going to go through that, you know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was neither of them. Yeah, he was a Sikh. Yeah. So we're going to go through that on the day. So we'll tackle a few subject matters on the day, probably Wednesday or Thursday, hopefully. Anyway, I need to go anyway. I've got time to talk to you lot. I'm too busy saving the world. I have to say one thing, yeah. For years, my mother, yeah, has done my head in with the amount of washing of the hands. I'm telling you, everything I would touch, yeah, hot dollar, which means wash your hands, yeah. And so I'd be touching something and I have to wash it. I'd be touching something, I'd have to wash it. I touch over there, I'd have to wash it. Come from outside, I have to wash my hands. Come over there, I have to wash my hands. So for a long time, yeah, it's really irritated me for a long time, yeah. Now it's a freaking godsend because like washing your hands is going to be the difference between kind of catching something and not catching something. So like I said, your mother's always right normally, yeah. Like when you look in the long term, because for years I've been complaining about this, that, you know, washing everything. She's got like little wipes that she wipes everything down with. If you touch something and you haven't washed your hands, she'd have to wipe it. But now this OCD in terms of wiping is actually a good thing. Now, if anybody, I'm going to be honest with you, if you're on the road with more than 2 people, I'm calling the police. I know people think I'm joking. I'm not joking, yeah? Because the government has said if there's more than 2 people standing together, socializing, today, outside my home, there was 4 people standing around smoking. Now, luckily, today the enforcement hadn't occurred. Yeah, it's tomorrow from 12 o'clock. But I will say something. If those same 4 people are doing the same thing outside my house, I will be phoning the popo. Yeah, I will be issuing fines. Yeah, I will snitch. If I find that any of you lot have people around your house, if I find that anyone's got people around, say if somebody lets it slip, oh, I've got a relative around. Oh my God, just watch how I'm gonna freaking get people into trouble. You better just be careful, man. Don't let me read anything. If I suddenly hear, yeah, like say if Jupiter goes, oh, I just met my cousin, I'll be like, oh, all right, just met a cousin. Sure, her cousin doesn't live with her. You know, there's a lady called Jupiter. Yeah. She's got a cousin around. I'll be like, hello, Jupiter. How did it go, Jupiter? How was it? Was it okay? Oh, how was your day? I hope you had a lovely time with your family. And you probably tell me you got like a £20,000 fine. Oh my God. Just be careful, man. Just be careful. Now, on a serious note, don't take the risk for 2 weeks. Yeah, you can see your goddamn. I know, dude, so proudly like a freaking badge of honor. On a serious note, just stay away from people. You don't need to see your relatives or friends. There's nobody to you. The only person you should be looking after is yourself and your immediate family. If you start meeting and trying to go out to socialize and stuff like that, all that's going to happen is they're going to put your rest of your family in danger. So just don't do it. I will be looking through all the comments. Yeah, I'm going to be listening so hard. If I hear anything, I don't care if I hear anything. Even if I hear more than, say if I hear somebody on the live stream, and I can hear more than 2 people in the live stream, I'm going to get suspicious. Yeah, I'm going to start searching. I'm going to be like the Gestapo of the freaking, of this virus, like going around freaking, well, you know, getting people arrested for all this shit, man. Anyway, I need to shoot anyway. Big up to everybody. Good to hear. Artosi, I'll contact you. Hope everything's okay. Hope everyone's doing good. Rashma, take care. Don't be scared. Make sure you just stay indoors and don't go nowhere for 2 weeks. Be very careful, everybody. Anyway, take care.